Ultimately, John Barilaro is hoping this morning to keep his job on the basis that he mowed the lawn, fed chickens and tended to his property. It was John Barilaro himself, Tom, who revealed that he went to what he calls a farm, others have called it a holiday home, in his electorate, Dungowan Estate, and he did so to make a decision on whether he would run for Eden Monaro on the weekend. Now, police were asked about this morning, the Deputy Police Commissioner, Gary Warboys, and under pressure from reporters, he said he would have a look at it. It's been put to me that if Barilaro can show that he was working on the farm, that is a working farm, there will be no fine. And in that instance, of course, he keeps his job. But Mr Barilaro was the first for calling for Don Harwin to go, or criticising Don Harwin, and he eventually went, when Harwin went and visited his holiday home on the Central Coast. As you can imagine, several Liberal ministers are raising their eyebrows and questioning what all this means for John Barilaro at the moment, given the fate of Harwin. Yet more chaos and division in the New South Wales government. I have in front of me the public health order related to the restrictions we all have to attend to in New South Wales. It says, the minister directs that a person must not, without reasonable excuse, leave the person's place of residence unless they are obtaining food or other goods and services, travelling for the purposes of work or education, if it is not possible to do it at home. This is where the tending the property thing becomes important. Exercise or medical or caring reasons. We know that was amended on Friday to allow a visit of someone else's home, but it hasn't been amended for other reasons particularly. Let's have a listen to Gary Warboys confirm he'll have a look at this today, the Deputy Commissioner.
Will you be investigating if John Barilaro broke any public health orders when he travelled to his farm?
It's the first I've heard of it this morning. Clearly, after today, we'll speak to a number of people about it. Whether we commence an investigation or not, we'll rely on that information that we find out today.
Gladys Berejiklian has set the bar with Don Harwin's sacking. If John Barilaro is fined over this matter, he'll have to go. The point is, he says he was feeding the chickens, mowing the lawn and conducting maintenance. Let's hear him talk about visiting the farm on Monday.
This was a decision I said I'll take on the weekend. I did that. You know, had the opportunity on the weekend down at the farm to build a cubby house with my little 4.5-year-old, and I had fun. She reminded me about life being fun and silly, and I'm comfortable being the Deputy Premier. And
could this week get any messier for New South Wales politicians? And is Gladys Berejiklian, the New South Wales Premier, being asked about it today?
Unlike other states, New South Wales hasn't put a restriction on how far you can travel
But the Deputy Premier did. He said don't travel, and he was the first person to come out and sink the boot into Don Harwin when Don Harwin was caught doing exactly that. So should John Barilaro fall on his sword the same way as Don Harwin had to?
Oh, look, I'll have to look at those details. I'm not aware of those.
It's not a good look, though, is it, Premier?
As I said, I'm not aware of those details.
So just to emphasise what this will hinge on, Andrew, he's gone to the farm. He obviously spoke about going away and making a decision. It will be if he was required to work, will it? So you said he was mowing the lawns and feeding the chickens. If, for example, no one else could do that and, you know, animals were going to die, well, you'd say, fair enough. Will it hinge on whether someone else is there to do that, whether he had to do it?
I don't think so. I think it will hinge on whether he can prove he was working on the farm. And we know already that he has this ready. He has this ready, saying that's exactly what I was doing. But politically, the pub test, how does it go? I mean, a lot of people in the New South Wales government saying Gladys Berejiklian might be better off without John Barilaro and Andrew Constance at the moment, Tom.